Alright guys, welcome back to the GSL Code A Round 1. I am Wolf, and with me is Doa.
Hello.
And we're going to get into our third game, perhaps the most exciting game of the night.
I'm not going to lie, this is the match I was looking forward to. It's TSL Clide versus Creator Prime.we. I love both of these guys. No matter who wins, I'm going to be happy with it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm also going to be a little bit sad because it means that one of these guys is going to get knocked out of the GSL. And the idea of Clide being knocked out of the GSL just like blows my mind.
Yeah, it's like the idea of him shaving his Clyde burns, man. It's just,
I know.
It's not going to happen.
It did happen, though.
Well, yeah, the Clyde burns are gone, but they're not all the way gone, okay?
That's true. They're still sort of there.
He shortened them, but they're not gone. All right,
Well,
if he gets rid of them entirely so they can't grow back, like if he shaves his head or something, man.
Uses a laser thing so they don't grow at all anymore. Well, here's kind of
that will not happen, okay?
Of our last game. I don't think it's going to happen either. I hope not. And this was kind of just a series about Squirtle totally outplaying Czech and Czech dying. That's basically what happened in these games.
This is a series where Czech played like Czech played 3 months ago. And
yeah.
Squirtle did some weird stuff. In this game, Squirtle did a late timing attack that Czech didn't expect. He played a mind game with him, really, to put it bluntly.
Yeah, well, I mean, this looks like a game back from the days where Zergs were like, oh, Protoss is so imbalanced, we can't beat Protoss ever any way at all. And it was because the Zergs were doing things like this. It just wasn't very good.
Yeah, he had the burrowed movement, but he made mutas, which were not very effective. Look how small his roach count is. He's not able to escape with it either.
Well, going for such a fast lair and such a fast roach burrowed movement, it just makes you have such a small army, I mean, especially if you add on the mutas with that. So, I don't know. I just think it was kind of a build order thing that was sort of unfortunately doomed to fail here. But either way, Squirtle handled it well.
I would say so, yeah.
Played well himself. You can see, like we said, he did split off the right amount of Stalkers and take him back.
Yeah, even going to buy some time here with these Zealots. The Zergling's coming back. Yeah, he loses the Nexus, but look at that. Just the right amount of Stalkers. He has just the right amount as well to attack the base of Czech. And Czech just cannot deal with this. There's no way.
Yeah, well, it seems like Squirtle's multitasking, too, is a little bit better in this situation as well. Being able to handle this defense that is.
Yeah, Czech moved out with those roaches at the wrong moment, and then he didn't really save them. And a lot of things just went wrong for him all at once in that situation.
Well, it was always kind of a difficult situation where a Zerg player would try to go, Roach conga line there, would try to go for that burrowed Roach play, because it's so easy to quote-unquote counter for Protoss. So,
very true.
Yeah, unless it's good against Protosses that go for that Stargate tech, but against a Protoss player like Squirtle that doesn't really do that very much, it just doesn't work,
I think there's a lot to be said for Squirtle's decision-making in this game. How he basically saw that. I think he was like, all right, well, you seem to be going for fast burrow. He was able to scout a little bit, and he had that hallucination. He was always able to see what was going on. And then he was like, well, now you think I'm making a Nexus? I think it's a really good time to attack. It was a pretty big risk.
Yeah.
He did see the Spire, though, and that, I think, is really the key.
Yep. Well, and like we talked about, too, we'll just have to wait and see if Czech comes back. I mean, it is looking a lot like he may not be too interested in continuing his career as a pro gamer at this point. So, we'll see what happens. Squirtle, on the other hand, he beat Czech, but can he beat, his next opponent? That's the big thing. And even if he doesn't, he still goes to the up and down matches. But is he really good enough for Code S? I think absolutely not quite yet. I think he's definitely a Code A level player. But who knows? He could surprise us all.
And, some of you guys probably noticed that our brackets today, we had 4 Protosses playing in each round, I believe. Yeah. And so, of course, of our broadcasted games. And so it may be the case that we have a lot of PvPs next round. And, if Inca matches up against Squirtle, it seems to be that Inca will take him out.
I think Inca would win, yeah.
Inca almost lost to Mentalist in the qualifiers, though.
That's true.
And,
That's true.
So
PvP is a lot different, too, than it was when Inca was dominant.
He was dominating.
Yeah,
very true.
But you notice, too, we're seeing a lot of Protoss advance. Yeah. We're seeing a lot of Protoss move ahead. Not a lot of Terrans around. And if you look at a lot of the major tournaments internationally as well, not a lot of Terrans showing up in the top 5 anymore. So we'll see. I mean, I really feel like the age of Terran dominance is kind of coming to an end.
It's definitely going downhill for sure. And we're going to have to see some Terrans start to adapt, learn some new timings. And
this is why I love StarCraft 2, because every couple months, a race gets put in a position where it needs to start innovating and adapting. And I always get excited when that happens, because I'm like, what new, great, awesome stuff are we going to see out of this race?
What are we going to start watching, man? We watch StarCraft 2. It's awesome, because it's like every time this happens, you're almost watching a new game.
Yeah.
Like that build we saw from Czech was like watching a game from a few months ago. He's getting that fast bro movements. I'm like, is that Moonglade? It's like, no, it's actually just Czech.
I was thinking the same thing. But Moonglade was really good at that, though, too. So. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what Terran players can come up with. I recommend rushing for Seeker Missile. Hint. That's just me. Please don't actually do that. But it'll be interesting to see what people come up with. Yeah, that's right. Leave that to trained professionals or people that don't make a livelihood off actually winning games. But we'll see what happens. Let's talk about our next match, though. Yeah. Creator Prime is, I really believe that he is the Leenock of Protoss right now. He's really young. He's got a lot of raw talent. He needs time to kind of polish it. And he's been getting better, I feel, every time we see him. Hopefully he follows through with that today. But he has got a really tough opponent in TSL Clide.
Creator actually is the biggest innovator of PvT. Oz kind of took some of his stuff and he created his own strategy. And Oz has been doing really well in PvT. Yeah. But Creator, man, he was doing the Forge Fast expand the one gate expand into the double forges better than anyone else was. Mm-hmm. I hang out with Artosis a lot, and he and I wrote down the build order, and we've been following it. And we actually improved our PvT a lot just from following it. And he and I actually talked about Creator all the time, and both of us have this big concern with him. He freaks out, he gets nervous, and he engages in bad spots. But otherwise, his macro, his timings, his upgrades, everything about his play is solid. If he can just get over that fear, I mean, he's very young. If he can get over this fear, I think you're exactly right. He's just like the Leenock of Protoss.
Yeah, I agree, because that's what I said 5 minutes ago, I guess, too. But you are right, man, because, Creator Prime, like you said, he's got macro. You are totally right, too, though, that you will see him make bad decisions in terms of positioning in actual fights. He does that all the time.
We saw him play, last time we saw him play, there were a lot of fights that he was supposed to lose. I think I was casting with you when we were casting, I don't remember exactly, but there were all these fights that I'm like, oh, it's a terrible place to engage, and he had better upgrades so fast. I was like, he just barely doesn't die, and then his macro is so good that he's able to push through.
Yeah.
You'll see that from him sometimes. I mean, now, hopefully his decision-making is a little bit better, his attacking, his locations of attack. You don't want to attack, funnel into a choke point. So,
well, let's talk about the guy that just jumped into our game lobby here, TSL Clide. He is one of those players that always kind of rode the Code S round of 16 limbo bubble for a lot of seasons. He never got knocked out of Code S, but he never really got very far in Code S either. Now, first season of our new format here, and immediately gets knocked down to Code A. And that's kind of the whole point of this new format, is to take those players and kind of weed them out. So
he could be totally out of the GSL.
He could. I mean, Clyde's going to need to really prove himself. There he is. He's clapping for himself. He's like, clap if you believe in TSL Clide.
Yep. Guys back home start like a chant.
That's right.
You can hear it through the neighborhood.
That's right. Get him trending on Twitter like Leenock was yesterday.
People start chatting in IRC. They just say Clide only. Other people are trying to have real conversations, but they can't.
Yep. Every time you clap, the Clide gets his wings. The Clide gets his medevacs, maybe. But he's really good. He's a really fun player to watch. I think he's a very intelligent player. There's a lot of smart, entertaining, interesting builds. That's why he's a fan favorite, even though he hasn't really won a whole lot.
You can see his Clide burns have been severely reduced, but
that's true.
They're still there, okay? You can see that. You can see that extension down there, so don't worry.
Wow, he really taps that mouse there.
He's just really happy. And this guy, man,
Prime.
That is, it looks like a, kind of like a cute baby face, but no, man, this is the face of a killer.
That's right. He's got the eye of a tiger.
He's been around for a while, actually.
Yeah.
Almost beat MVP of all people in the Super Tournament, and that was the first time I saw him. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he had some really impressive games in Team League. He had some really impressive games in the Super Tournament as well, even though he did lose that round. But yeah, this kid is going to be really good. I know I'm hyping it up a lot. I don't want to make it like he's the next Sage or something like that, but really, honestly, he's not going to... I don't think he's going to, blow people away this season, Maybe not even next season, but somewhere down the line, 6 months to a year from now, this kid is going to be one of the top Protoss in StarCraft 2. I guarantee it.
Absolutely. And you know what he's done? He has created the new standard for PBT. That is actually what he has already done.
Yeah, he definitely brought the double forge style to Korea. That's for sure. I mean, we did see it in NA actually before
Tyler,
we saw it in Korea. Tyler in Control was another player that did it quite a bit. A lot of the Protoss on the old VT clan were really known for doing the double forge
That's actually
as well.
very true.
Yeah, I saw it quite a bit when I cast a lot of online events in NA. But yeah, Creator, as far as the Korean scene goes, was one of the first to really start drawing it. And now look at him, he's in the GSL, he's wearing awesome hoodies. He's double forging it up. Well, the game has started. Who's going to get the early lead in this best of 3, Clide or Creator? Let's find out. This is the GSL. Here we've dubstepped our way right into GSL Daybreak, and up at the top of the map in the red from the team, the SCV Life is a longtime Code S player now fighting for his very survival in the GSL. It is
GSL Clide.
Clide. Clap your hands for Clide. That Marine would clap, but he'd drop his gun.
He just starts slapping the gun with one of his hands.
That's right, it goes off and actually kills him. He's like, whoops. All right, down at the bottom of the map, in the blue, from the Team Prime, it is
Creator Prime.
Will he forge a new path to victory today?
I don't know, man. I like that. That was good.
Thank you. Oh, Provider.
So Provider.
No, that's Clide, not Provider. Oh, congratulations, Lenok. Yep, that was a pretty impressive run by that kid,
beating
man.
2 GSL champions and 5 MLG champions
I think
on his way through there.
From the open bracket to the finals, I think I read was 35-9 or something. Just a crazy win rate. Or 39-5 actually. That's right. He only lost 5 games the entire weekend. And look at that again, very even. A little bit on the favor of Clide. I would agree with that. I think Clyde's just got the experience that Creator lacks right now in the GSL.
He knows where to fight. Whereas last time I saw Creator, sometimes I was fairly certain he did not know where to fight. And Clide knows his style. It's actually quite apparent, really. It's something that he's really known for in Korea and North America as his style. So well, Clyde's going to have a lot of opportunity to pressure him with this Nexus First coming out here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, he's not going for anything like a really fast command center. You see he's got the gas. Could be going for 1-1-1. He could be going for 2 racks. Creator Prime, of course, not surprising us at all with the Nexus First. It's very Creator Prime-ish to do. Creator Prime-esque, if you will.
Creator making a second pylon in a place where bunkering could perhaps occur, so he's going to have full vision of that area.
That's a good idea.
I actually lost a ladder game last night to bunkering when I went Nexus First, man. It's terrible. If you have a spotter, you might lose a game to that.
It's a good thing to consider. Factory on the way for Clide. So is he going to do a 1-1-1, or is he going to do what a lot of Terrans have been doing lately and go for 2 barracks with the reactors and siege tank expand?
Very possible.
Yeah, we saw that at MLG a couple times.
Given that his opponent has gone Nexus First, though, that's too safe of an expansion build to do. It doesn't make sense for him to siege expand, and he is going to try to bunker here. And when I lost last night, I actually did see the bunker, man, in time, but I still couldn't stop it. But this case, Creator shows why he's better than me, man. He stops that bunker.
Learning all about that stuff and getting to have all these wonderful experiences.
Ooh, he's going to
using his Protoss on the ladder.
Move that factory across there.
Could he? How many? He still only has 1 gas. So what is he planning on doing?
Just wants to put on a little bit of pressure with Hellions by the looks of things. I like this.
So.
He knows that, okay, well, if I want to expand now, he probably was going to do what you mentioned, doing that siege expand. Now he's like, well, it doesn't make sense for me to do this anymore. I'm just going to make a command center now and put some pressure on with Hellions. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely good. Oh, I like this by Creator. Sending out those first 2 Zealots of pressure. You don't see a lot of Protoss doing that.
Yeah, not in this matchup anyways.
Yeah. And even on a big map like that, it's relatively safe to do it. Oh, especially if you send a Stalker with it as well. He's going to do a little bit of poking with this. Oh, SCV, the rocks are still there. You're going to die.
SCV looked at those rocks. He was like, not happening.
Yep. It's not Spider-Man SCV. You can't vault up. It's not Jackie Chan SCV. You can't flip over it. Oh. Pro getting taken out there.
Well, there is a bunker up for Clide, so probably see these Zealots just pulled back. Look at that micro, pulling it back. Losing a little bit more hit points than I would have liked to see. Did damage the bunker slightly.
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 Scratch the paint anyway. So it looks like Clide is going to be going into a pretty normal barracks play here, just doing some scouting with those Hellions. 3 Hellions out here. Don't know if he's going to be able to cause a whole ton of damage with this, but he will get some very good scouting information. Certainly a surprise, Creator. I know Creator's not expecting this. This is classic Clide, by the way, to do something like this. And here he comes. Oh, he might actually get some kills. Oh, wow.
This is looking
Look
really
at
good
that.
for Clide, man.
Look at that.
Oh, he's going to kill even more probes. Nice pull
He
by
certainly
Creator.
will.
Not pulling as many probes as it would stack up. Oh
Only
my
two
god!
Oh, Clide. Clide, you dastardly devil, you. Doing all this damage.
In total, 15 workers killed for Clide. 16. Excuse me. I'm sorry,
Excuse
Clide.
you.
I didn't know you weren't finished.
Don't you dare assume that Clide is done killing probes ever. All right.
Learned my lesson.
And well, you should. Yeah, Clide. Really nice little surprise here with the Hellions. Totally worth the 300 minerals spent on that.
Starts a 3rd command center. Wow.
I like it. This is what I'm talking about. Clide, it's just really entertaining to watch.
He knows his opponent's unit count is low. 1 bunker will suffice for now. Not only does he know the unit count, he was also able to scout in the main. He saw the road, but he knows there's no 6 gate coming. He actually got more, he got more out of his Hellions than that 16 worker count leads on. He was able to see absolutely everything.
Yeah. Fortunately, a little bit supply block there, but it'll end quickly.
How dare you speak ill of Clide?
Well, I mean, Clide never gets supply blocked. Certainly not. No. The game just couldn't contain the amount of units Clide wanted to make. That's all that really happened there. It's the game's fault.
So it's like my build order makes more sense than the game even understands.
It's like, I just make units so fast the game can't handle it. That's all it is.
Robotic support bay going up for Creator. We're not seeing Creator do Creator Prime style here.
No, I think he feels really pressured. I think he feels like he needs to get the Colossi out really early. He needs to be ready for whatever follow-up push Clide has coming.
It's interesting to see this. Most Protosses would not follow this up with Colossi after seeing that there was a factory out, because that means that they're already preparing for the possibility of Vikings. And it's an interesting decision. And on one hand, it means that Clide's not going to be expecting this, most likely.
Oh, and you know what, though? Clide might be able to hit a really nice little timing here if you can attack with your first couple medevacs right as the first Colossus pops. You can sometimes do a lot of damage. Now, it's a big map, so it's going to be hard for him to hit that timing, but
I think he
might do
can
it.
hit it. Yeah, I mean, right now there are only a few units out for Creator.
Yep. This is like every Terran's favorite timing to hit in this matchup.
Well, the Colossus does pop out. He's hiding it, though.
Yeah, and that's okay, too. Usually you can handle things if there is one Colossus.
Yeah, I think he should be okay. Clyde just barely missing this timing here.
Yeah, well, he's going to go around and check for the 3rd, not going to see it. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see him actually just pull back.
He could trap these units with force fields.
Oh, that was really risky move by Clide. I'm surprised he did that.
I'm surprised Creator didn't capitalize more on that as well.
Yeah, I think he wasn't expecting him to stim. I mean, who does that?
Yeah, that was a little bit weird.
Oh, hiding his Colossus numbers, it looks like. Nice decision, adding on a lot more gateways.
The Colossi walk single file to hide their numbers.
That's right. Clide shows up and he's like, like the Colossi run away. He's like, soon they'll be back in greater numbers.
Three more gateways coming up for Creator. Still no forges yet. Whereas Clide has already got +1 about to finish. And a 3rd base landing.
Yeah. Well, Creator's just going to expand himself as well. A lot of upgrades just finishing right now for Clide, so he may try to push again.
Oh, Clide actually already has double upgrades finishing. He's gonna have 1-1.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty good, man. He knows Creator style. Oh, look at this.
There is no way that Clide can take this army, though. Oh, is he actually going to drop?
He's going to drop, and there's no way Creator can have enough to deal with this, man.
Oh, man, Creator.
We may have a base trade.
I think he's just going to go for it. Yeah, there's no turning back now. You know, he could take this army of Clide, but he would not get there in time.
He's going to go for the production here.
Yep. Oh, look out, Observer.
I don't know if Clyde's definitely not going to be able to hold this.
No.
He's got a strong mobile army, and he's killing the production of Creator here. I think he's definitely got the upper hand.
Well, Clide can just lift off one building and be fine, too. I mean, oh, he's actually going to go back. What is Clyde doing?
I cannot believe he's going to turn around here.
I don't know about
SCV
this.
is funneling through here to die to Colossi Fire.
Oh, he's not actually using the Colossi to do that for some reason.
Yeah, the Colossi only attacking into Tech Labs.
What? What in the world?
This is a terrible decision by Creator, and Clyde's actually going to come back, crush this army, and win the game.
I guess he will be okay. Never mind. Well, this is kind of what we were talking about. Creator does get a little bit rattled sometimes in games, and this is a textbook example of that, I would say.
Yeah, when you have that one chance like that, when you're that far behind, you have to at least micro your heart out. You have to do at least that much, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, now Clide is way ahead. He's got a much better army.
He can just do a mega drop into the main again, kill that Nexus.
He certainly can. He can actually just walk right up the ramp, too. There's nothing stopping him.
Only one Colossus. No Stalkers whatsoever. The Zealots are not going to do very well against this army alone.
Yep. Things are not looking good for Creator Prime right now.
He lost his Robo. He can't even make more Colossi. He doesn't even have a Cybernetics core.
All right. It all comes down to this. And there's nothing stopping those Vikings from killing that Colossus. This is actually just sad. Drones and probes, just probes coming off the line. A little bit of victory micro there from Clide. And we are going to see the GG very soon here from Creator. GG! And TSL Clide takes game one. I think experience definitely won out in that case.
A little bit surprised he sent his dropship home, but it ended up working out for him in this case.
I guess, that really shouldn't have worked, but Creator Prime...
If he had microed his Colossus better instead of attacking depots and Tech Labs, and I think he knows it. Look at him there. He's like, and that can happen. Every Protoss out there who plays StarCraft 2 at a high level knows there's that one time where you have a sick timing with your Colossi. You're going to move out, and then the dropships come in, and you're like, I thought maybe he would send one dropship in, but not four, and now you're like,
Well, I think he's so disappointed, too, because he should have known that wasn't a good time to move out, because so many Terrans try to hit that timing, so you want to at least leave some Stalkers in there to defend against the normal 1 or 2 medevacs, but he didn't know it was going to be 4, obviously. Yeah. But normally you're going to be a little bit more prepared for that as a Protoss player, so I think just a bit of a misstep for Creator there.
Should have microed just a little bit better, but, he just didn't play his normal style either. I feel like he's not very comfortable right now. Well, the Hellions made him, of course, uncomfortable. You're going to feel uncomfortable after the Hellions kill 16 of your probes. Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, really good start for Clide in that regard, too. I think Creator's going to enjoy this next map a little bit more. It is going to be Taldrim Altar.
It's the map he's known for. It's the map that he's made his style popular on. And I think he's going to do it. I think he'll Nexus first again, and he'll go back into his normal style.
Yeah, might one gate expand just to kind of stay.
Yeah, because you never know when Clide is ahead. Know what Clyde's going to do.
Yeah, you never know. Crazy Clide, they call him.
I don't call him that. I like him.
Some people call him that. Crazy in a good way.
I'm like trying to think of how that makes sense. I'm like, crazy in a good way.
Well, crazy as in he's like, you don't know what to expect. It'll come at you from every angle.
Oh, crazy as in like
crazy.
It's like not good, but it's like bad for Creator.
Not crazy as in we'll lock him up. Crazy is good. Whatever. Anyway, let's get in the game, guys. Clide versus Creator here at the GSL Code A.